Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of Ark Survival Evolved. I am Mr. HickUp, and today I thought we would talk about the new update with the Structures Plus stuff. And I know I've done a previous video with the multi-tool and it didn't work and things of that nature. They have changed it about 2 times since that video's come out. I have learned some stuff. You guys have been great with the comments. And so I decided to go ahead and do an overall general view of the way Structures Plus works on the most common pieces that I use. As you can see here, this is a S Plus foundation, and I can change the variance of it now, and I can make it look like thatch if I want to, and it still has the structural strength of stone, which is outstanding. I love it. It's really going to change the way the builds look. And but you know, if you get ready to have that thatch piece, you don't have to worry about it being a chink in the armor with the low values. You can actually make everything else look like the thatch now, and I think it's going to make for some really cool builds in the S Plus builds with the different variants. As you can see, I cannot make it look like metal or anything like that. Anything that has a strength less than what I actually have built with, you can change it to those different variants. Now, as you could tell, when I hit the button, there is no pickup option here. And if I pull out my S Plus multi-tool, structure pickup doesn't work. But now, if I go over here and I place down my last foundation and it gives us 30 seconds, and I pull out my tool, it says pick up, highlights it. Now I have an option to pick this up with this gun. So, it seems to me like the Structures Plus guy that's working on all these updates is trying to get in line with what they're releasing officially. And officially, you can place something down and pick it up in 30 seconds. This gives you the option to look up in the air or something like that and shoot something if you've placed something up high, which is awesome, but it doesn't work the way it does before. Now, you guys have been awesome by leaving me comments and telling me, hey, if you go into your INI files, your in-game files, you can change to pick up anytime, and that is wonderful. My problem with that is this is the way this mod worked before, and I really liked it, and I don't feel like I should have to go in and change the files if I don't want to. I feel like it should be an option in game with the multi-tool or with my settings at the startup menu to be able to choose which way I want to play this game. Now, with that being said, it is what it is, and I will probably, if they don't change this back or fix it back to the way it was before, I would probably go in and change my files. This is a single player that I've been doing my series on. It is not a server, so I don't have the option of just being able to change it in my server settings. I actually have to go into my files in my computer and I have to change the settings of the game, which I can do, but it's just kind of a pain to have to do that on all the playthroughs I want to do and everything, and it is what it is. But when it comes to the tool here, at first they had it to where if you hit the reload button and just tapped it, you could toggle through all the different options, and then if you right clicked, you could go through the subcategories of each option. So what they've done now is the next thing they've done is you held down control and it gave you an option wheel and you was able to choose. Well, I got on today, get ready to do this video, and I found that there was an update just done. It was done today, and now if I hold down my control button, nothing happens. But if I hold down reload, I get my option wheel. So instead of toggling through now, the reload button brings up my toggle wheel, and now I can change my different categories and still right click to change my subcategories, which is pretty awesome. The euthanasia gun does work. I've been using it. You've probably seen that in some of my videos. But this is the euthanasia gun. But yeah, I can, you know, toggle through everything now, and it's really awesome. The gun, I'm enjoying the way it works. Like I said, the only thing that's different is the fact that they made it to where you can only pick something up the first 30 seconds with it after you set it down, which is still amazing if you've been playing vanilla. That is an amazing option to have, and I think that's really where they're going with it, is maybe trying to put that in game. So with that being said, let's talk about the transfer tool here. It works the exact same way. So if I hold down reload, I get my wheel, and I can choose all these options. Now scanner, you have to have your transmitters to be able to scan. So that hasn't changed. The teleporter works basically the same way. The tech dedicated storage is amazing. They give you an option to set that up. Of course, I don't have any at this time. Inventory assist, it's pretty straightforward. It gives you an option of, I have clay chosen here, but it gives you the option to what to do with it. Destroy it, drop it, whatever. Frequency every 10 seconds. So if you're harvesting something, and say you want thatch and you don't want the wood weighing you down, well, you could go choose wood, put it here, choose to drop every few seconds or whenever you want to do it, and it keeps you from getting weight down by the wood. Same way, if you're having like to hand pick the fiber, then you can go down through here and you could choose fiber, and or not choose fiber is what you want to say, but you could choose all the berries and have the berries drop out of your inventory, and you can just keep going without having to worry about stopping and clearing out your inventory. So that's the way that works. It's pretty amazing, pretty straightforward in use. I like it pretty well. Now the next things I want to talk about is the basic transfer. So on basic transfer, we set a source, boom, and we want to transfer this to here. Okay, we want to transfer that to there, and it transferred one item. So right click on where your source is and left click on where you want it to go. As you can see, this has nothing in it right now. We moved all of our stone over here, so I'm going to right click on our stone that we have in this inventory, and I'm going to left click here, and we've transferred our stone. Pretty simple. Works the same with dinos. Bam. Well, we want to move that. Into this guy, which you see has nothing in his storage. Bam. Bam. There we go. Now, the stone is here. So it just helps you move stuff from one inventory to the next. So in the advanced, it works pretty well the same way. It just gives you a few more options. So let's go to advanced transfer. And now I can choose here what source and what destination and things of that nature. So it's pretty handy. Items to transfer. I don't think I have anything on me right now, but so I can choose my personal inventory, or all dinos, or certain ones. These are the ones that's in range. And over here I can choose to put them in the little S Plus storage boxes we have over here, and it'll just transfer it right across. You can choose the amount and everything like that. So it works the same way. It just gives you an option here. You don't have to run from one place to another if you're going to do a lot of transferring, which is very useful. Now if we go into our inventory and say we have a broke piece of armor, let's see, this is pretty low, so we're going to highlight that and do that. Now obviously we're not close to anything at this time, any storages or anything like that, but if we were close to our storages that had those items in it, it would pull those items, so then we'll be able to click and repair. And that's this little wrench and gear up here. That's what that does. Next is our target. So if we want to craft something, we can click on that. We can hit pull. Of course, I'm still not close to my storages, but I could pull those items to craft that. This number is how many resources I pull to make. Say we wanted to make 3 torches. Then I'd hit this button and it would pull enough resources to make 3 torches. This allows you to choose what item, and if you click on it and it's there, let's see, that stone was in range, I do believe. So let's roll down here to stone. You can also type it in up here, it's a little quicker. Stone, and as you see on our tech recs down there, we have a quantity of 80, and let's say that we wanted to pull 20 for what we were doing. Pull. Done. Now we have the 20 stone in our inventory, and that's what your cloud's for. Same thing on any other sources. If you've opened up a storage box or a crafting table, you have the same options to do that on this side as well. So that's about it as far as building and storages. Let's go over a couple of changes they've made here. This guy, as I said before, is an item collector, and he is active. He runs on propellant, which you can make in the S Plus grinder, or you can make it on the mortar and pestle, or not the mortar and pestle, but the chemistry bench. So you put that in there, you hit activate, and then if you hold, you get options. So we have poop options, distribution options, collection options, and so we'll go into collection options. You can see that I have poop and eggs turned off. I had some owls and stuff in here, and I was having him pick those things up. There's really no need of him being on right now. So we can go ahead and deactivate this guy. But that's the only reason, is because these owls was up here. I had him collecting owl pellets, but I have plenty back down at the base. So we're going to turn him off. But you can choose what types of poop you want to collect, what you want to stop. You can choose distribution. So if you have gotchas, you can make the this will distribute. Hang on, let me get my thoughts together. The pellets, he would distribute the pellets into garden plots, and I believe gotchas. And the gotcha crystals, if you have a gotcha crystal cracker, it will distribute the gotcha crystals into the gotcha cracker, the crystal cracker. So you can do that as well. I cannot talk today. So here we have the hatchery, and I do believe this guy will transfer eggs into the hatchery, but I don't chance it. This is the only thing I really need here. But as you can see, we have some options here as well, and it's pretty basic. So if you go to stop egg collections, they stop collecting eggs. Start egg collecting, it starts collecting eggs, and the only eggs that it will collect are fertilized eggs. And what this does is this incubates the egg down to 1%. And so basically at that point, once it's down to 1%, you come over here in front of your air conditioners, you throw it down, bam, it hatches immediately, and there's no waiting around. So I have these guys constantly, or did have them, I don't think I do anymore, constantly mating to produce eggs, which as you can see, my Uranus eggs, that's how I'm running my Uranus farm right now. We have some snow owl eggs and we have some RG eggs, and all those are ready to hatch at a moment's notice. I do need to empty this out and do something with those eggs, but If I hit stop egg collection, the reason that's important is it'll hold all those eggs and hold them at 1% and not collect any more until we hatched them and was ready for start another round. I just have them collect up. I throw my extra eggs in the refrigerators, and then I'm able to use them for kibbles and things of that sort. So pretty amazing. So this is the S Plus Nanny, and the only thing to really mess with the S Plus Nanny is you can change the food amount if you want to. I got it set to put 10 pieces of food in a dino's inventory when they need it. It has been out working very well. And so what the S Plus Nanny is once you have a baby and you go up and you click on it to imprint from the first time, that's all you have to do. You whistle it to stop following, let it stay where it's at, in range of this nanny. This nanny, the dino usually automatically disables wandering, and the S Plus Nanny will feed it and imprint on it. And the only thing that you have to put in the inventory is whatever the dinos eat. She does run off of giant bee honey, but I was breeding up meat eaters, so I put a bunch of meat in her inventory, and that's just to feed the dinos. That's all you have to put in there. If they require a walk, kibble, or whatever, she takes care of it. You don't have to put any of that stuff in the inventory, the kibbles or the meats or anything like that. She just takes care of it and gets it done. 100% imprinting every time. Absolutely amazing. So with this system here, you can collect stuff up, you can hatch it out, walk off, forget about it. Raises up your animals, 100% imprinting. Makes everything, when it comes to breeding, very simple. So let's go check out the next thing. Come way farther down the hill than I meant to. So this is the only feeding trough that I'm currently using. And if we access the inventory here, you can see I have a whole bunch of meat. And I just stuck a whole bunch of berries in here, but I need to stick a whole bunch more in here because it is out. But what is really neat about this is, let's just go ahead and stick all of this in there. What is real neat about this is this is the only one I need for my entire base that I have here. Let's go ahead and stick as many of these berries in here as we can. Let everything eat. So go to options. Here you can set what you want to eat off of it, what you don't want to eat off of it. It's absolutely amazing because what is happening over here? I don't understand. Okay. So, if I have this taking care of my entire base and I fill it with food and I think, okay, my meat eaters are good for a while. But then I start really breeding up Rexes. And after they reach 10% maturity, the nanny no longer feeds them, they feed off the feeding trough. And I don't know if any of you have bred Rexes or not, but the ones of you that have know that you will go through a ton of meat. And I don't want the rest of my dinos starving, so if I choose to have those dinos not eat off the feeding trough, but eat off of a special breeding feeding trough, which I don't do, I just throw meat in this one all the time, then I can keep a close eye on that one and know that the rest of my dinos are taken care of. So it does give you options, makes life a little easier. But anyways, that's how the S Plus feeding trough works. Pretty amazing. With the S Plus building, the snap points are easier. As you can see, they all snap together very well with no issues. If they're going a different direction or something like that, they actually all stay at the same level. Now if you place down a foundation and then you use an S Plus sealant right next to it, it actually sinks to the level of the foundation, so you can't tell a difference, which is outstanding. With before, your ceilings would be just a tad bit above your foundation, but with S Plus it's all going to be level, nice and neat. So there's that. So here we have the S Plus gardener, and it's pretty straightforward. She drinks beer, and she collects all of the stuff out of your garden and works as a refrigerator to keep it for you. So if you need anything, it will be in here. Collects the seeds, the actual products themselves. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Of course, with everything else, it has options: destroy seeds and whatnot. So pretty amazing. Doesn't take much to make. This, if you notice, is setting actually on the foundation as an S Plus beehive. I have another beehive up there. I collected up. It takes 50 honey, and I think human hair and something else to craft this. But you don't get stung when you go into these. It makes honey a little quicker. I need to transfer all this over there. Still works off the same flowers. But yeah, you can actually place it in your base wherever you want to. It just requires getting honey first. So I went ahead and tamed the beehive. Now I've made me this. I can make as many of these as I want to, as long as I have the resources. Which more of these you have, the more resources you're going to have, more you can make. I can produce honey pretty quickly. So, one of the big importances about S Plus is this is normally a 75 slot max, and as you can see here, this is 90. Each one of your S Plus items is going to have a little bit larger storage too. That's another benefit. The S Plus cooker, as you can see, gives you all the recipes. So then you just have to throw in whatever it takes to craft that. So that's handy. It holds a little bit more, cooks quick. It's pretty awesome. Pretty straightforward though. I mean, nothing much to show off there. This just has a few more slots. Not a big deal. So we'll go upstairs. We got one last thing to talk about here, and that's our farmer. So as you can see, he has all different settings to determine whether if you want him to collect or dispute, or if he just collects up a bunch because you got everything full and you want to save some for somewhere else, you have that option. Or if he has everything's full, you can get him to quit collecting and distribute what he has, because after everything's full, his inventory will start to fill up with it. I don't know why he has poop in his inventory, but I probably just shoved it in there because he actually will keep it good. So if I overfill my dung beetles and I have extra poop, I can put it in here, he saves it, and then I can put it back in my dung beetles later. But he works on kaolin soup, and all he does is he takes the, as you can see, I need to fill these guys back up. I put poop in these guys, they produce the fertilizer, and then he takes the fertilizer and puts it in here. So it really makes gardening a whole lot easier if you have the farmer and the gardener. Basically, you just got to remember to come put poop in these guys every now and then, which if they hold a lot, then you fill them up and then walk off and forget about it for a long while. It's pretty amazing. Anyways, my mouth's getting dry, I'm getting tongue-tied, and I think that's about it. As you can see, the S Plus doors do open automatically, close automatically. That's kind of nice. The S Plus crafting station allows you to craft all of your S Plus items. No regular items, just S Plus items. So there's that. But I think I hit the basics of what I use. Nothing else to speak of, I don't believe. So, yeah. I decided to do this video just simply because you guys were enjoying the other video I made on the gun. You had a lot of information. I've hit about close to 1,000 views on that video already. I thought, well, you know what, I said I was going to make an S Plus video, let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to give y'all what y'all want. Tell me what you think about this video. If you've enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. try to leave you some information in the description below. Hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.